Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Happy Monday. Well, I have had a most interesting experience this weekend. I can't wait to fill you all in. Some time ago, I had heard about ayahuasca. I didn't know what it was. And then I kept hearing more and more about it and doing some research and doing some studying and just hearing about it. And somehow I ended up on a few ayahuasca groups, so I've been following along. And then I was blessed enough to meet a very awesome light worker, healer, empath, named Sebastian Peter, which I love that name. And he introduced me to a master shaman, recommended that I visit this master shaman named Jesus Hidalgo. And he's located down here in Miami in South Florida. And I trust the universe to guide me and open doors. I trust the signs and the symbols and the messages. And I knew that this was a message that Mother Ayahuasca was calling to me, wanted to meet me. And so I didn't share this information with anyone, actually. This was a solo choice, a solo decision that I made on my own. I didn't tell anyone I was going. Sebastian knew, but he was the only one. Other than that, I wanted this to be a journey taken between me and Mother Earth and Father Universe. Just us, to meet, to speak. I didn't know what to expect. I chose not to overread other beings' experiences with the medicine because I wanted a non-judgmental, authentic experience. I feel that if I were to have gone and read every story, I might have brought preconceived ideas and notions of what this experience would be like. And I didn't want that. I wanted a pure experience. And that it was, really, that it was. So I'm going to take you through the experience from my perspective. So what I will say is the week before, actually a few weeks before I had registered, you pay the ceremony fee. And it was at that moment I knew that from that moment until the time of the ceremony was going to be a time of peace, a time of meditation, a time of less stress. So I cleared some of my schedule. I limited some interactions. I ensured that the environment externally that we are all exposed to daily had less toxicity and low vibrational energy. And I did my studies, just made sure that I was up in my guides, my universe, making sure my channel was clear, my vessel was clear, my vibrations were clear. I limited food, I limited alcohol, I limited plant medicine. I like the CBD cannabis drops more than that, which comes into the lungs. So I limited that. I limited red meat, caffeine, sugar, fatty food, processed food. And I can very clearly and energetically feel how that processed food, sugar, caffeine, meat, cheeses, its energy inside of our bodies is very dense vibrationally. And even now, if I intake too much food, my connection with source and my vibrations lower a little bit. So as the messages flow through, it has to flow through this heavy, dense food. So it's something to consider in all of our lives moving forward, how often we are exposing our living bodies, our being, because our body is alive and it feels and it communicates to you consciously. I didn't read that anywhere. My body started talking to me one day. It was interesting. I was like, hey, well, hello there. We've never had a conversation before. What is it you want to tell me? And there was lots of information that the body wants to share with you. And I know that many people are, they say, well, how come my body doesn't talk to me? It's probably because you don't believe that your body can talk to you. It's really that simple, just to believe that this can happen and know it can happen and allow it to happen. So since then, which I would say maybe it was a couple of years ago, the first time my body communicated to me, it was a bit of a surprise. And it still talks to me in feelings and nudges and hunches. So if I'm about to drink that sugary coffee drink, there's a part of my body that I feel is a little addicted to the sugar. And then there's another part of my body that reminds me of the low vibrations. And it goes into my mind and clouds it a little bit, knowing that I'm intaking toxins. And many times I'll override it and, drink my coffee, anyway, sugary, caffeinated coffee. And when it does happen, I can feel, since I'm now an open channel vessel, I can feel the static. I can feel my nervous system becomes a bit overworked. Heart is beating and the messages tend to come in spotty.
So I have found that, which is why you hear many people say fasting and detoxing. There is a reason for that. It's not only for our health, it's also to receive messages clearer. So, Mother Ayahuasca, I meditated for the week before. And as I drove down there, it was all meditations. I wasn't taking lots of phone calls, but the phone calls I was taking, I was meditating through them so as to not allow my emotions to get upset about this or scheduling or timing or what I had to do. So I went to this beautiful, it is a private family home on what looked to me an acre or so, but they've turned it into a metaphysical, spiritual, sacred grounds. The grounds are blessed. The grounds are sacred. They make their own honey, and they have the yin and the yang symbols and stones and gurus and goddesses and Mother Marys, and just a beautiful, blessed place. And actually, I'm going to get you the information on this place, because if you are going to ever throw a retreat or come to visit, this would be a place that I feel would be beautiful to visit. And I want to throw like a fire moon dance. And I want to throw it for spiritual, metaphysical, especially women, but I think the boys can come too, as long as they behave. And I just want us to be free. Drums, guitar, music, voices, and no real constriction on movement or on who we are as beings. There aren't going to be a whole lot of rules there. I want us to just come and be together. So that's on my list of things to do. So we go and they ask you to bring a sleeping bag, some water, a blanket. I didn't know what to expect. You know, I'm like, do I wear makeup? I'm going to have makeup running down my face. What is going to happen here? You know, I didn't know. I heard of some things. But I decided to you know, feel sacred. What that means to me. So, you know, I have my sacred pendants and my sacred clothes and a white flowing, and it was awesome because all of the women who showed up there, and there were so many beautiful women, I was shocked by the amount of beautiful women I was surrounded by, truly blessed. And every woman was basically wearing white, and it was just beautiful to see all of the girls in white, and we all had our blankets, and I would say there was 20 to 25 people in a circle, and the Jesus, who is a true shaman master, he vibrates. He is a clear channel source here on the earth, which is not common to be able to find clear channel sources that you can actually vibrate next to. It's not very common. So it was a beautiful gift to be able to be around someone like that and to know that people like him are out there and that we're not alone. That was really, really beautiful. A lot of times we talk to each other on Messenger, and on Facebook Live, that we're in London and California, and we're spread out. These beautiful Lightworker seeds were spread across the globe. So to find the people who are like me and like you listening, and to know that they're in one place together, that was beautiful too. It's like I found my tribe. They understood me, and they were just like me. I never really met a lot of people who are like me, who can understand the things that come out of my mouth. It's really beautiful. So they do walk around and hand you a bucket. And I'm like, what's the bucket for? And she's like, is this your first time? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, it's for if you vomit. I'm like, oh, I don't want to vomit. And then they were telling us how we also maybe have to go to the bathroom. There's times we have to go to the bathroom. I'm like, so I'm going to be throwing up and cleansing and detoxing all at the same time. But the beautiful part of that is it's very detoxing and cleansing and purifying. And I did not throw up or go to the bathroom. So I guess there are things that certain people do need to purge. And the purging is healthy versus unhealthy. So it was fascinating to see everyone had a different journey here. Everyone had a different experience. Every person had a different experience. And if I could say, and I'll say many things, but prepare. If you are thinking about meeting Mother Ayahuasca, prepare yourself energetically. If there is sorrow, if there is a past that weighs on you, do what you can to work through those lower vibrational energies before you go, because if you don't, it's okay. But Mother Ayahuasca will find them. She will find them inside of you, and she will bring them to light, and she will heal you. And I was healed. Something I didn't even know, and you listening might even be surprised to hear it, and I'll talk about it. So we all are there, and the ceremony is there, and the shaman is there with two, I want you to say they are Indian women healers, angels, light workers. They are masters as well, the two women he had with him. So it was to protect us during the ceremony. So I know some people are wondering, are you out of your minds? Are you banging into things, wandering into trees? It's nothing like that. So everyone really stays in their own space, in their own little sacred space that they've created. So there was no real walking around except to the bathroom. You weren't speaking with your neighbor, because you and ayahuasca are in a relationship together. The communication is here. It's together. I would be curious to see at some point in a different situation whether communicating with people may potentially have some benefits. But for this particular time, the first time, I loved the way it was right here. Now, the girl to my left was smiling and healthy and spiritually aligned and a pure light being. And those to my right had some, also, we are all pure light beings underneath in our core center. We are all light beings, but others have built up walls and blocks, and those layers, I watched them shed. I watched them shed them off. I watched them be brought to light. There were many tears in some, and they couldn't be tears of joy and tears of sadness, but tears of emotion, tears of truth, tears of truth. So this was a truth. You and Mother Ayahuasca are looking at each other and just being authentic and honest and truthful, because you can hide nothing from her. Nothing. And that was what was beautiful. So you take it comes in a little cup. For those of you who are new and don't know, it's a little cup. And that was the first sip. And you eat a banana. I like to say it now. A banana helps it to metabolize. It's about an hour, hour and a half. And then Miss Jesus says, come and get more if you would like. I'm an adventure seeker. So I said, come on, universe, let's do this. We're here. So I took a whole nother cup, not knowing where that was going to take me, but I trust the process. I trust the universe implicitly to take care of me. And that was very important, because once the medicine begins to work on you, you are faced with trust and you are faced with fear. You have a choice. If you go into the fear, that's where I felt I could have probably vomited, potentially lost control, potentially panicked. I saw it. I saw that fear there. Or I had a choice to trust Mother Ayahuasca, to trust my shaman, to trust the medicine women, to trust the universe, and to allow the medicine and the healing to show me its gifts, to show me what it needed to show me. So I had a choice, because sometimes there was that flicker of, oh my gosh, what is happening? Or, oh my gosh, where am I? Or, oh my gosh, am I going to be okay? And the moment I had those baby thoughts glitch in, instantly felt the stomach was, and I said, no. And I said, Mother Ayahuasca, please, I do not want to be sick. I want to enjoy this. And then she said, then trust me. trust me. And I said, let's do this. I'm going to choose trust. And from that moment on, I had no sickness the rest of the journey. What I did begin to see, which was so beautiful, y'all. It was so beautiful. I saw everyone's auras. I saw everyone's auras. They were, some were bright purple, like this color purple. And they were flaming off of the bodies. And others was pure white, pure white. One of the Indian medicine women, she was pure white. I could see all of her, not all of them, but I could see the spirits that live inside of her, that live with her. I could see the medicine men. I could see her as a healer. I could see her as an Indian woman, a medicine woman. I could see her as an angel. I could see all the different faces coming through her and with this white aura around her. The shaman, Jesus, was green and blue, solid green and blue emanating around him. The man who owned the property, I saw this white, fuzzy aura coming straight here and with bright pink coming through him. I hadn't seen pink before. And apparently this means I have a gift in seeing auras. Perhaps I need to train my eyes a bit more. Now, afterwards, I was able to see flickers of him, but during it, so as I was watching everyone move, I could see the colors that are us. We are color, which I feel like I knew that and we know that, but to see it, to see kind of the body and the physical form dissolve or mesh, and what was left was pure color. I also began to see sacred geometry everywhere. Like now I understand why they call this the matrix and a grid, because I could see it. I could see it. And I don't know a whole lot about sacred geometry. I've only seen pictures and I've never fully related to it. To be honest, I haven't related to sacred geometry before. I didn't understand it. And it is everything. So it was in the grass. The grass and the earth was just shapes of sacred geometry. And the trees were also forms of shapes and sacred geometry along with the colors. When I looked into the universe, it was as if everything became very 3D. Like I had 3D glasses on and I'm watching one of the Avengers movies. So I could see where the stars were in the universe, and I could see the sacred geometry shapes amongst the stars. I could also see the Mother Earth breathing in and out, in and out. And I could feel her soul and her essence and her love and how much she loves me and how much I love her and how much we are one and we are together. Me and the earth and the universe. We are all one. As you see the people around you, you also understand that they are extensions of yourself, which many of us know this in our spiritual practices. Many of us potentially even feel this or have felt this, the oneness. But to experience it through the eyes of ayahuasca, through the eyes of the moon and through the eyes of the sun and through the eyes of the air, to actually be able to experience that kind of love and the sacred geometry and the lights. Now that's the next thing that I saw, which apparently is, and I'm not sure, but I've heard about a light language. I don't know anything about light language per se, but maybe perhaps I do now, because what I saw would be, what I heard was a light language, and it was so many different symbols, so many different colors and symbols in this ever-moving thing. Okay, there's no words. And as our voices spoke, or a laughter happened, or a noise happened, a sacred sound, it lit up the light language grid. So while I'm staring at this light grid and this beautiful, lovely, magical goddess creature sitting next to me was just magnificent. And as she spoke or giggled or laughed, it would ping, ping, it would light up this light grid. Her voice, her vibrations, her energy lit up this light grid that was mixed in with the sacred geometry and the breathing of the universe. So it was as if I could see through the eyes of the universe. And I understand why people are calling what this existence, a bit of an illusion. Our 3D vision is nothing compared to our actual existence here, and why we're here and what we are. I know we are just at the very forefront of fully discovering who we are here. And it's going to be pretty beautiful as we discover this, because now science and physics and mainstream humans are vibrating to where we're all exploring. Because how you experience this and share this message are also messages for us that you're sharing with us. So my friend Sebastian, he saw it. He said, Source herself, and she was a beautiful woman who came and spoke to him. And what was so beautiful is, like I said, the women that were around me. So all I could see when I saw them, not only their auras and their absolute magnificence, but I could see goddesses, true angelic goddesses here walking the earth. I could see it through their bodies, through their souls. So every person I saw was transposed between what they look like and the different spirits and entities that are living through them and inside of them and with them. That was amazing. On top of all the auras and the light language and the breathing universe and the 3D sky, I could not close my eyes personally. There was many who could, but I hear there can be some dizziness. It was too magnificent to in this way that for me, my eyes were open the entire time. And I did hear someone getting sick across. I did hear some people talking. There were tears, like I said. So my experience was, I believe everyone's experience is unique to themselves and different to themselves and different depending on what you need. So now that was level 1. That was cup 1. Here comes cup 2 kicking in. We've all moved closer to the fire. Not all of us, but many of us have moved closer to the fire. Now, at this point, the medicine women who are nurturing us, caring for us, taking care of us, they're walking around to each person to connect energetically and vibrationally. And when they would find someone, I guess, someone was kind of stuck. They would bring her, they would rub her head, they would wrap her in a blanket and bring her to the fire and sit her there and warm her and speak with her. And it was so gentle, and it was so loving, and it was so present, and it was so kind. You could really tell that these women genuinely care about us. And I have heard from other people. I spoke with my friend Giles before this. And I do understand this. And I've heard some horror stories, and I've heard some bad experiences. And I can't speak to those. But what he did mention is that there's a lot of people who claim to be shamans, and they may have access to the plant, but they are not monitoring the ceremony. So they give it to you, they drop you, and we'll see what happens. Or people are walking all over. It's unorganized, it's unmonitored. So obviously do your research as far as who you wish to take this medicine with, and do your research as to how you want to experience this. I would find personal recommendations ahead of time, because this is definitely something to be honored, cherished, and not something to be taken lightly, not something to go into lightly. So the music, they're just phenomenal. They're musical artists. So the women are singers and the man is a drummer and a singer. And so it was between the drumming and the music and the singing and the instruments. They walked around the circle and they walked around us, and they spoke about, you know, Father Tobacco and how everything is sacred. So some beautiful words that I was able to take away from this is that everything is medicine. Now, what does that mean? Everything is medicine. So what was beautiful, the ceremony is here. The music is on. The moon, by the way, is communicating. The moon is like the eye of the universe. It was just lovely to see that. It really is like an eye. It's really beautiful. But then you heard very loud motorbikes and motorcycles going vroom, 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 and they were driving in a circle around our special retreat center. And what's so beautiful about that is it reminds us that that is life. That when we're in a sacred space and we're meditating and we're connected with our guides, there's always going to be loud motorcycles there. And those loud motorcycles, we're going to call them medicine, because that medicine is reminding us to love the motorcycles as much as we love the music, and as much as we love the ceremony, and as much as we love the shaman. We have to love the motorcycles too. And what Jesus said, which I love, is everything is medicine. So even if you find yourself in a toxic environment right now, because much of our environments are toxic externally right now, from not only a human perspective, but a financial perspective, a stability perspective in our homes. Our children have an interesting situations at school. You know, even if we're working on our stuff, we have partners and mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers who are all going through externally the chaos. And so the chaos is medicine. If I could leave you with anything, the chaos is medicine. Everything is medicine. So what I find again by that is by being exposed to the toxicity, that reminds you that you are not toxic. So exposed to the motorbikes, we have a choice to A, allow them to distract us and frustrate us in the middle of our ceremony, or B, medicine, to remind us to be patient, to remind us to practice acceptance, to remind us to practice unconditional love, to remind us to practice compassion. Those motorbikes were not trying to harm our ceremony. Those motorbikes were not like, you know what, I'm just going to be really loud and screw up those guru people. They didn't know. They were just super excited on a Saturday night, riding motorbikes with their people. So we have to remember different perspectives. And so it is medicine. If I have intaken something unhealthy for my body, that is medicine. Alcohol medicine, sugar medicine, to remind me that I want to detox, to remind me to keep my body healthy. So I've been taking something unhealthy. Instead of me turning it into, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, what's wrong? I'm supposed to be spiritual. I need to be better. I screwed up my diet. I don't know, all the things that can come. You know, I shouldn't have drank so much. I shouldn't have yelled at that person. I shouldn't have done those things. What are these motorbikes over here screaming? We're turning it all into, what does this medicine hold? So this alcohol medicine reminds me that I wish to be healthy. I don't wish to put That is what it's teaching me. This medicine is teaching me. I don't wish to put harmful toxins inside of my body. I wish to remain pure and clear. Thank you, medicine, alcohol, for teaching me that. Motorbikes, I wish to practice presence and forgiveness. Thank you, motorbikes, for your medicine to teach me this. And so this has been through Sunday and through Saturday. Throughout the days, there has been more and more downloads and more messages, because now I can see how I was able to see through the eyes of the universe. I have not lost that vision, even still today. I can feel that energy flowing through everything. So I can feel that energy even at work today. And I've struggled with this in the past. So I struggled with finding my medicine at work. So I would be in this very 3D structured time work, this, that, right, wrong, bad, blah, blah, blah. And my energy would become destabilized. And then I would come here and I would rebalance. But you know, practicing master can do both, can bring the presence into the 3D work and incorporate it. And I've been practicing this, and I wasn't able to do it until today. And I wasn't able to do it before the ayahuasca. In the past, I had been able to do it. But in my recent few years, I was struggling or evolving or learning or not able to just make that happen. So she showed me how to bring it. So now all day today, taking work phone calls, I was able to remember them as medicine. And that I'm taking a phone call from a potentially lower vibrational energetic field. And my medicine is to teach me to monitor my energy while I'm on the phone. And to maintain my energy while I'm on the phone with this lower vibration medicine, to teach me. The medicine is teaching me to keep my vibrations. This toxic medicine is teaching me to clear my energetic field, to rebalance afterwards. Whereas in the past, I would just take the phone call, the toxicity and low vibrations would come into my field, and I would struggle. I have to rebalance, I have to remove it, I have to do all this stuff. Whereas looking at it as sacred and as a lesson and as medicine to heal me, it allowed, it somehow bypassed me having to drop that energy, rebalance, restart, everything, release. I didn't even intake the energy. It wasn't even affected by it, which thank goodness. So I will continue to practice this to ensure that I master that lesson so that I do not forget and go back to the old, because it is about every day we have to practice, we have to practice, we have to practice to not allow that energy to affect us every day. So something else is that everything is sacred. Sacred. So medicine, and it is sacred. Now, what does that mean? Everything is sacred. And the ceremony must continue. These are two things to talk about. So if everything is sacred, when I woke up this morning, I understood how sacred the floor was for holding my body weight. I understood how magical the tile was. I understood how sacred it was that my feet were cold enough and that I could feel them. So every step I took was sacred. Even as I opened my clothing drawer, I could feel the sacredness of the drawer. Thank you, sacred drawer, for housing my clothes. Thank you, sacred clothes, for sheltering my body. Thank you, sacred dresser. And I know that this might seem silly, but it is beautiful, actually. And it was accidental that I feel this way. I didn't feel this way before. It was just a silly drawer. And in fact, half my clothes were not even folded. I don't feel that way now. Everything feels like it is sacred and it is a blessing. So the sacred drawer that holds my clothes, I even wanted to take out the clothes and feel the material and honor the shirt and honor the drawer and honor the floor. And even as I'm brushing my teeth, sacred teeth and precious toothbrush, and very blessed and thankful for even the toothpaste that is on the toothbrush. And the water as it rushes, the sacred water, what a gift all of this is. What a true gift. Even just in the shower, just the magic of the water coming out of the shower and the warmth and cleansing as it goes onto your body. And how sacred is your body and your skin and your hair and your mouth and your eyes that see, and how fascinating your hands are. So everything is sacred and everything is medicine. So I would love for you guys to hold on to this message and take it with you this week. And just remember that. Remember when you get frustrated about something, something not going your way. And then, and we hear be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. Sometimes it's hard to be grateful about everything, but I found that I'm appreciating everything. I'm appreciating every little aspect of life. And even when my child speaks, I see a mini goddess in her, a little goddess. The goddess speaks and she's beautiful. Every word she speaks is beautiful. And I found also before this, again, I was in a bit of a rush in mommy mode. Come, let's go, let's hurry. Other things were more important. Now I find that when she speaks today, I don't care about anything else. I want to hear every word that she says. I don't care that we have to be somewhere and we have to go and we're going to be late. None of that happened today. None of that matters. It's when the sacred goddess, magical creature, mini human speaks, that is sacred. And when she might have some of that low vibrational energy, that is medicine to test my energy, to ensure my energy is healthy and my energy can filter that energy. So that is medicine as well. So today has been amazing. And it has continued. So yesterday, was the next day after, and I was still digesting everything. I just spent the day with the puppies, with my dogs, just me and the dogs, and we had a special day together. I didn't want to interact with too many humans, but what I did find is a release of, again, addictive qualities of eating unhealthy food and drinking alcohol and excessive toxic behavior. I found myself facing it, and I found myself not wanting to have any of that toxicity inside of my body. And I have found myself now in the last few days only wanting to eat fruit and wanting to purify, wanting to drink. I mean, I've just been drinking a lot of water and eating fruit, and it's all that my body really wants to intake at this moment. So that's been beautiful as well, and I hope to stick with that. I hope to stick with that for the next at least 40 days. It's the next 40 days. I'd like to go 90 as well, but we'll start with 40 and try to really understand what that means to detoxify, because we say we're going to detoxify, but we don't. Many of us do not. We're not really making an effort to do that. We have a lot of external circumstances that are happening, and it's just sometimes easy to grab a coffee or grab a burger, grab a steak. But that food is unhealthy to your beautiful bodies. It's unhealthy. Okay, so that was my Mother Ayahuasca, and a few things to take away. Research your ceremony, research your shaman, have a little conversation with him first. There's a couple. And how's everyone's conversations with their universe going? How's your relationship going? I want to let you know, let's try to use this as an example. This is a cup, right? And it has all these different things. You've got the feathers, it has some sand, actually has some mica and all of this. And I know you've heard this so many times, but let's say that you're the stuff that's inside the cup. You're made up of this mica. And this is your feather, this is your past, right? You know, this is your smiles and your memories and your laughter. The universe is the cup. The universe is the cup that's holding you all together. And I think sometimes we forget to honor that cup, and we forget that the cup is there. And we think like we're all these like little pieces. You know, the past has overtaken us and you think you're alone, you can't handle it, or this is my job and this is my partner, and you don't realize that you have this cup to rely on, to count on, to trust, to hold you together, to really trust it. And so that's been also one of the largest lessons, is to really learn how to trust the universe completely. And the universe said to me, babe, because, you know, we love each other that much. We call each other babe. I know, I'm weird. It's true. Babe, I got you. All you need to do here on earth. Are you ready? I have it. Here's the answer to it all. Is breathe. That's all I have to do, is breathe and enjoy breathing. And I've heard that breathing meditations, and I've heard breathing this and breathing that. I've heard when you can pay attention to your breath for long moments at a time, you've reached a mastery level. And so today I have just been breathing. From the moment I woke up, I've been paying attention to my breath, allowing it to come in, enjoying it, feeling that air inside of my body, inside of my lungs, and then enjoying it going back out. And then intaking it. And letting it flow out. I'd like to ask you to try to do that for the next little while, today, tomorrow, the next day. How often can you bring your attention to your breath and take conscious breaths? So if all you have to do is breathe and trust the universe to take care of everything else. There you go. And what harm do you have in trying it? Just try it for a week, just 1 week. Don't take my word for it. Give it a try yourself. Breathe and trust the universe to take care of everything else. That's what I do. I trust. Does that mean that external circumstances are not going to happen? No, but when they do, I trust the universe to handle them. And I would like to ask you to try that too. The universe would like to ask you to try that too. Okay? Now, there's a couple other things I wanted to talk about. And then, Amanda, hi. Do you want a reading? You want a reading? Yes? Okay, I'll bring you on in a second. Okay. So I wanted to talk to you guys about One Tribe again, because I keep hearing it over and over and over. It was a vision I had several months back about it's one tribe. So it's 1-O-T for tribe. I love you. So what does that mean? Well, one tribe is a people, us, and we want to be together. And when we're a part of one tribe, we're going to be the people who are going to choose forgiveness. We are going to choose peace. We are going to choose love. We are going to choose compassion. If we see someone who needs help, we're going to be the ones to help. If we see a street that needs to be cleaned up, we are going to clean up the street. We are just those people, those light workers, those empaths and those healers, and we're going to be all together in one tribe. And we're going to create these bylaws. So I keep hearing it, and I also keep seeing us together. And I saw it again while I was with this beautiful people. One tribe will come together. We will be together with blankets and with presents and with yoga and with peace and with love and with, it was so beautiful to see all of these women loving each other and hugging each other and supporting each other and nurturing each other. And, there's so much of that externally that we don't have, that to see it, to witness it in real life with women who did not know each other, but loving each other in a deep level and not having the, oh, well, I don't know, she's prettier, her hair is longer, maybe she's more spiritual than me. There was nothing like that. It was how we understood that each one of us was part of a whole, that each one of us was a petal on a flower. There was no one better than the other. And we all brought our own special, unique sets of gifts. And I want to create a place where we can be together like this, where we know if we're one tribe, that's what we do. We support each other. We support you. So that is coming. I know it. I see it. And I see us traveling. I see different workshops in different places or like events or something along those lines. So that's coming too. And I wanted to let you know that. And I want you to come up with the bylaws with me of what it means to be a part of one tribe, because it's all of us together, you know? All right, let's see. I have someone in the comments saying hi. Let's see. Oh, hi, beautiful goddess. Let's see. Show. Hi, darling. And everything works together for the greater good. Yes, it was really magnificent. Thank you for sharing your journey. Yes, and if you are going to have your own journey, I want you to do the work and the spiritual work ahead of time, going into it. Make sure that you're preparing yourself before you take on something like this. Okay? Hello, darling. Hello, Elijah. Namaste and NoNaMe. So NoNaMe is my namaste, is NoNaMe. And that is the name, well, it's no name, NoNaMe. So for many years, I tried to get a name for that which communicates to me, and this is what they gave me. NoNaMe, love, you ask for a name, this is what you get. No name. And I said, NoNaMe, it's beautiful. Because they don't want a name. There isn't a name because a name, remember, a name defines. When you name something, it puts it in a box and says that's what it is. Whereas NoNaMe is nameless, labelless, wordless, infinite, omnipotent, ever-present, unmanifested existence. NoNaMe. That is NoNaMe. So I have one tribe and NoNaMe. I wanted to make sure you knew what I meant when I say some of that. All right. So Rainbow Warriors, Lightworkers, Empaths, Healers. It's time for us to be together now. It's time for us to be strong. It's time for us to begin to speak out loud authentically about who we are. We've been quiet for too long. Oh, Amanda, give me one more thing. Guess what? One last thing. I cannot believe I almost forgot to say this. You know what? That's a great idea. A one tribe group on Facebook. Thank you. I'm going to start that. We all need to. And I want to hear all the bylaws. I want to hear what means something to you, because you and me, we will form this together. We will be together with this. And it can be all over the world. And there's no money. We don't need any money to be a part of one tribe. We are one tribe. We are here together. It's not about money. It's never about money, right? Okay, so Elijah wants a reading. And Elijah, I will give you a reading afterwards. I love this. This is my favorite idea so far. Okay, so guess what? I will tell you right, the second cup of ayahuasca, I took the second. And I thought, I'm doing so well. I don't have a baggage. I'm just clear. I am at peace. And Mother Ayahuasca says, nope. No, you have something to work on. And I said, oh no, I don't want to work on this right now. No. I didn't even know it was there. But I am so very blessed and so very thankful that I learned this, and I want to share it with you. So during cup number 2, second dose of beauty, everyone in the circle, and our fire circle, began to share words and to sing and play guitars, and they had a rattle, and you were to sing, and everyone did it, everyone. And as it became closer to me, I started feeling panic, and I started feeling fear, and then I started uncontrollably crying, all because I had to say something out loud and sing to share. I was in such a panic mode, and it hit me. It was so unexpected, but Mother Ayahuasca knew that I needed to know that my voice was blocked. And yes, this happened this weekend. My voice was blocked, and I speak to you here, but it does take all of my courage to come here to speak. And I speak here to you because I love the universe, and the universe has asked this of me, and I honor the universe, and I have made an agreement to obey, and this is what I'm asked to do. So I will do this for the universe, but this isn't necessarily comfortable or natural for me. So to know that I had been silenced, and all of a sudden I saw all of the different experiences from the time I was a little girl until right now, where my voice had been silenced. Shh, don't talk. Do not speak unless spoken to. Oh, don't sing. No, shh, don't. You're good at many things. Singing isn't one of them. And then through relationships, when I would speak my words, I was told they didn't matter. They were ignored. They were shut down. And then I would try to speak to certain individuals in my energetic field, and no, they were just stop speaking. And I hadn't realized that outside of really right here, I had really stopped speaking completely, or stopped sharing anything that was inside personally. So I live in this magical universal world of love, and I keep it all inside because I have had no way to share the information. I share it with you guys, which is beautiful, and I'm so very blessed and thankful that I can do this actually. But outside of here, I don't share this information really with anyone at all. I never speak about it. I don't have anyone to talk to about it. Any partners that I'm around or family members, this conversation never happens ever. And so I've learned that I've just gone quiet and I've gone silent. And it was so much so, and I'd gotten so used to it, that here I could not sing. Nothing would come out of my mouth. I was purely petrified, and my voice wouldn't come out. And the goddess to the left and the goddess to the right, I mean, these girls were just like angels here on earth. They sang with me, one here and one there, and I couldn't help the tears. I mean, I'm sobbing, just sobbing at finding out that my voice had been blocked for so long, for so many years, and that I couldn't speak, and how that had affected me in so many ways. And I saw it all. Times when I needed to speak up, I didn't. Times when I needed to say no, and I didn't. Times when I needed to share information with someone, and I didn't. I chose to just remain silent. And it was such a valuable lesson that I learned that day, and that I'm going to practice finding my voice again externally. And times that I have to stand up for myself, I have to gain the courage and to use my words and say no, instead of just saying silent all the time, trying to accommodate or trying not to make a ripple, or just really being quiet because no one wants to hear anything I have to say, externally. And I believe that's probably okay, that they don't want to hear anything I have to say here. But then I have to find people who do want to hear what I have to say, who are interested in sharing vibrationally words. And these girls were so open and so free and so confident and so flowing. You could tell their light had never been diminished. And I did tell them, girls, hold on to that. It's very valuable. Many times us girls, we tend to be silenced, but that time is over for us now. It's time for us to gain our voices, to speak out loud, and to be true to who we are, and to be authentic, and to say our truth, and to not be afraid, of that. And then while I had the girl to my left and the girl to my right singing into my ear, I had the rattle. I was like, I can rattle. That's all I got. Nothing will come out. The shaman came behind me, put his hand on my back or something, did some kind of magical thing. I don't know what he did. And the tears started flowing even more. So now I'm making noise, it was one of those things. And I couldn't stop it. I could not. So Mother Ayahuasca needed me to see that so that I can speak more freely for her, for her, you know? So I said, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on it. It's not like overnight, but I'm going to notice how often I shy away from conversations and how often I keep quiet, and I'm really going to work on that. So that was another beautiful lesson that she showed me that I didn't know I needed to learn. I didn't know it had been blocked. My communication was blocked. And also with these girls, 1 and 2 and 3, really, there were so many, they hold ceremonies too. And so we want to get together. We want to bring all of us together. I think I said this. So, and you know, I just want to like be free, like just completely free. I just want to be free for a second with beautiful people and just be me. And I want to bring you. And so One Tribe, absolutely. We're going to get it together, and we're just going to be together because I finally saw my people. These people understood me. I wasn't alone. And it's not like I'm ever alone, because the universe is with me all the time and takes care of me and loves me. But as far as human interaction, I'm alone. I don't have much human interaction. I'm always by myself, and I'm okay with that because, again, I have the universe and I have my puppies. So I'm okay. But it's nice to see that I'm not alone, you know, that people are out there and they understand what I'm saying. And together we are one tribe, and we're stronger together. Okay, Amanda, are you ready to come on? Let's go here. And then Elijah, I will give you a reading if you're hanging in there. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Have you been on here before?
I have, yes.
Have we spoken before?
We have, yeah.
Okay. Would you like a reading?
Yes, please.
All right. You have nice energy, though. It was nice. You sent it. You sent it right to me. Okay. Wow, this is so interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, how beautiful. Okay. So you are a master healer, a master light worker. You have a very, very strong ability to do exactly what I'm doing. Like, you probably understood almost everything that I said, but you probably don't share it maybe as often as you should. Also, maybe you don't have that the means to be able to share this. All right, so I'm going to start with the good stuff, and then I'm going to mention a couple little blocks that are happening here, a couple of things that are in your way. I do, so there's something to do with, hey, Foxy, can you please stop growling at your brother? Okay, I mean it. Okay, we'll see. His brother has his bone, and so they're just sitting there growling. Okay. So I do see friends. So there's something going on with friends. I don't know whether you have friends or you need friends. You need people that are at your same level here, that you are the red rose and they are the yellow rose, but there's not like, oh, well, I don't know about your red rose over there. You know, I don't know how you feel. So we need to have some kind of friends that you're on equal footing with. So I also see again that you're a master healer. So when I see We Are the World, that you're someone who can heal. You're someone who can spread your light. You're someone who can share your gifts. You're someone who is coming into spiritual maturity here in this particular lifetime. You're someone who can go outside and actually feel the energy of the trees. And they're asking for a lot of trust in this situation. So your guides are asking you to completely trust this process, to trust your intuition, to trust your guidance, to trust the situation. You're literally an evolving master. Like, this is one of the most beautiful card readings I've seen in a long time. Like, cards for that I pull for me, that I pull for other high level masters. Are you aware of that?
Uh, I've always felt energy since I was younger. Like little things. I mean, you know how some people say like you can tell if like a TV is on, even if there's no picture, you just get the energy.
Yeah.
I've always been very connected that way. I did have someone recently tell me the same thing, asked me if I was doing I think Reiki. I don't want to mispronounce
Reiki.
it.
Yeah, Reiki. It's a form
And
of healing.
I told her no, and she said the same thing that you just said, that I'm a healer and I'm connected. And
Yeah, like strongly connected. Like, if you do not have this in your life, this is the entire reason why your life is a little shaded right now, or a little cloudy, because you are a high level ascended master light worker who doesn't have light, who's not practicing actively. So that's like your little soul wants this so badly that it's coming through to talk to you. Now, I see some, I believe it's some relationship stuff that's going on. I do see some fighting and arguing within your energetic environment. So what happens is that when we're fighting and we're in a state of give and take, and things are unhealthy, that can block all of this from flowing and all of this energy from developing, because this is taking up so much of your energy. I do see that, as I know this card well, that we, have these ideals of what a beautiful relationship could be or should be. And we want so badly for it to be real. And we want so badly for it to be beautiful. And we want so badly for it to be lovely. But the reality is that it's an image in our head that we've created. It's not actually the truth of the situation. So a lot of times we're placing a lot of expectations on the people in our lives. So we have to monitor how much expectations we are placing on others and how much expectations are being placed on us. Because when that happens, we're not able to, it's like, well, you didn't meet my expectations, or well, you're not meeting my expectations. And then, well, why can't you give me my expectations? No, why can't you give me my expectations? The bottom line is, that's really what's happening.
That's actually with, I mean, I guess that's with a lot of relationships in my life, my mother, my sister.
That's probably why I'm seeing this friendliness card pulling up next to the fighting, because I'm like, something's happening with the people in her life that need to be more on equal footing, but there is a fighting card ahead of it. So we're not having like an equal relationship or partnership of shared energy.
Okay.
So please begin to study this stuff. Maybe it's Reiki. Maybe it's Dr. Wayne Dyer. Maybe it's Eckhart Tolle and Osho. You're a master here, so you want to move into the higher mastery teaching.
Oh, you froze. Hello? You're frozen. I don't know if you can hear me.
Are we back?
Hi. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I think it's you, it's me, it's all of us. So as far as the fighting, please keep in mind that you're such an empath. I don't know if you've studied what an empath is. It's time. Begin to study empaths. Begin to study Lightworker. Begin to get on high vibrational groups. You're going to find vibrational groups. And this is something that I want you to really keep between you and your guides. There's really no need to share all of this, because you sharing that vibrational energy with those around you is not going to serve you. So this is an internal journey I want you to take between you and your guides. I listen to my meditations on, I'm also studying every day. So what I mean, by doing that, it's going to help the situation with the fighting get better. You don't have to be right. You don't have to prove your point. You do have to look at it as medicine, though. Okay, I want you to look at it as medicine, because with the fighting and when it's coming at you and whatnot, the medicine is going to be that you are going to choose not to partake in this energetic exchange. Love.
I feel everything so much with my heart. And sometimes it just bothers me that the people that I care about don't necessarily see where I'm coming from with a lot of things.
I know. And they're not going to. And let me explain to you why. Because we are all lotus flowers, okay? You're a lotus flower, I'm a lotus flower. They are lotus flowers. But you, on the other hand, are a beautiful, blooming, strong plant with a lotus flower bloom, and her petals are unfolding, right? Some of the people in your life, it's fine, but they're at a different seedling stage. They are a little seed with maybe one little baby sprout. So they cannot understand when the full lotus flower speaks to the seed. There is no way for them to understand what you're saying. They cannot intake that much light information. And I want you to look at it more like ministry work when you're working with them, when you're interacting with them. So instead of you trying to gain some kind of love or some kind of energy from this baby seed who just doesn't get it, because it's okay, but this seed has many moons to go before she has the sprout and the little leaves, let alone any petals on her flower. We have many lifetimes before. And I have found that master lightworkers such as you and such as me, the medicine is our family, because our family reminds us in a way what we are not. And I have to love my mother and my sisters, but they will never understand me, and I will gain no energy from them. Mm-hmm. They cannot feed me. They cannot water you. They cannot give you the sunshine. But you, on the other hand, believe it or not, can give them the sunshine and the water when you're healthy enough to share that. And when you understand who you are, because right now you still have to learn who you are. You have to begin to study what's going on. And then you have to learn to love them, but not allow their energy to affect your energetic field. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a hard time with everyone in my life.
Me too. Me too. I do too. And that's why I'm telling you what I've had to do. This is what I've had to do. And I have to accept that I'm not going to get that acceptance from them. I'm not going to get that understanding from them. And the love that I share, the love that I have, it's there, but it's not reciprocated back. It's just not. And so does that mean that I need to continue putting myself every day into that environment and hoping for a different experience? No. So what I have done is I do, in a way, distance or limit some of the interactions, because I always have to monitor how I feel afterwards, because sometimes it tanks my energy. right?
Yeah.
And then I'm not feeling good afterwards. But it's because I'm expecting something that cannot happen.
Yep. My husband
And so
tells me to know someone and don't expect more from them.
yes,
And it's hard.
it's hard. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Especially when it's your family, your mother and your sisters, especially because we want so badly for a different relationship, or we want so badly for them to see us for who we are, to see how much we love, to see how much we care. But we have all of that, but they are in a different place. They're in a different vibrational pattern. And the love that you seek will come from your guides. The acceptance that you need will come from source. I promise you. When you begin to turn to look from externally to internally, the love I missed from my mother was given to me. The love from my father was given to me. The love from my sisters was given to me. So I am whole now because I know that I gain that love here. I do not gain that love out there. It will never come to you out there. And the sooner you learn that and the sooner you accept it and love it, and when you interact with those seedlings, remember, Lotus Flower, that it's ministry work for you. So ministry work. So you're spreading a little bit of sunshine and a little bit of, nutrients, a little bit of fresh soil on the beautiful little seedlings. So eventually it grows, but probably not in this lifetime. It's probably going to be the next several lifetimes. Whereas you happen to have already evolved because you've already been through this. You are an evolved human. Literally an evolved human. More so than many that I come across. So I can imagine even more some of the confusion and frustration, especially without training and learning how to manage and monitor your gift and develop it. And because that's the only way to protect yourself and your energy is to learn how to manage it.
So is this reason why, I mean, the littlest thing, so it's been raining here in North Carolina, and it bothered me for days, hours. I wouldn't be able to sleep about the homeless people, about animals that have homes, and it really tears me up. And it frustrates me. I just don't understand why.
Yes, that's because you're such a master. You're such a powerful light worker. You're such a high-powered empath that you can feel their energy. And you can feel the energy of the animals. And what it is your soul is moving into their energy, linking into it and filtering it through you. So the homeless people who, and I'm the same way with them. Honestly, I will speak to them every time I see them. I will stop on the side of the road. I give them every dollar that I have. Sometimes I carry around the little Bibles. I make sure that they know that they're not alone. I make sure that they know that they are loved and that they are cared for as often as I can. But, remember, Jesus was homeless. So remember that their path is their path to have. And if we can serve, absolutely we will serve. But what I have seen and felt in them is sometimes more light and more love and more source and more vibrations inside of them than most of the people at the yacht club, all of the people at the yacht club, right? So there's more love and energy coming from the homeless person than the person in the yacht club. So who's richer? Really? Because the person in the yacht club is miserable and empty and they have all the money in the world, but their soul is dead or dark. And the homeless person gets to sleep under the stars and live with the universe every day, so, and as a servant of the universe, as I am, and as you are, I serve where the universe tells me. When the universe says stop and minister, I will stop and minister.
He agreed.
Sophia, will you please come and get the dogs? Thank you. Foxy, really? Now, I also want you to keep in mind what you're doing is not healthy for you to link in to everyone's energy all the time. And as in untrained light worker, just meaning that no one's told you this, the second you're around, the second your thought goes to a homeless person, you're so powerful that your energy, like I said, plugs in like a battery charger to them. And that's why you're like, that's why you feel the pain. And with the animals, you link in like like you plug your cell phone charger into the animals and your energy drops because you feel the pain and the loneliness and the sadness. So what I would like you to do is when you start to feel that, just say, this is not my energy. Please remove it from my field. And it's okay, because you do not want to have your energy tanked all the time. Same thing. The moment you think about your mother, you plug in. The moment you think about your sisters, you plug in. The moment you think about your partner, you plug in. And whereas many people, they plug in, but their energy is not as sensitive as ours, so it doesn't affect them. So they can just run around and do what they do because they're just not affected quite the same way we are. But we're just really sensitive to all of that stuff, just really sensitive. So your light is so strong and your vibrations have the potential to be so bright and so powerful that it's very important for you to honor that sacred space in you and not allow your energy to drop with all of these external circumstances, because your vibrational energy is very, very important to the world right now. Look at this one. So you got that card too. So that the world is calling to you. It's calling to you, and it's calling for your energy. And as you heal, you'll create a light pocket as a light worker, as a strong one, and you will heal. And as you heal, the whole planet heals with you. That's actually how important you are, how important your energy is. So please join us, One Tribe. Come on, it's time for you to, you just got your letter to Hogwarts School of the Weird. You've been accepted to Hogwarts School of Wizarding and Magic Tricks. Yeah. It's a strange world we live in, but you are a part of it. So here's your, you got a golden ticket here, and it's a beautiful place to be. And I understand how you feel if you haven't been exposed to it and you haven't studied. You can feel completely out of control with all of this stuff, because my mother is like that. My mother feels the pain you do of the world, whereas I have managed to not feel that pain anymore. My mom it hits her where she's like, I can't, the animals in the ocean, it's too much for me. The pain that's going on in the world, it's just too much for me, but she's much older. And so so she tells me, no, I need to take all these pills. I have to take all these pills so that I stop feeling so much. And I'm like, Mom, you're just an untrained light worker. You just didn't receive proper training on how to manage your gifts. So you want to numb it because it's so intense, and you can feel that depression, and you can feel that sadness, and you can feel how everyone else is feeling all around you, because your soul is that big and you're sending all those vibes out there that you want it to stop. You want to stop feeling everything. You want to stop feeling this hurt. You want to stop feeling this pain. So you think there's something wrong with you. The reality is you're just untrained. You just have to learn how to manage your energy and how sensitive it is. So instead of taking pills and whatnot, study your spiritual work first. We have physical health, mental health is very valuable, and our spiritual health is very valuable.
Is there a way you can send me some things to read up on or to look into?
Yeah, I can. In fact, I'll do it for the last, I'll do this for the last girl too. I'll put all your cards out. I will take a picture. I will send them to you. I will also send you the name of the book. You can pick this up off of Amazon if you want, but I'm also going to detail the description of these cards in YouTube. And I said it to the other girl today. She asked me the same thing. She's like, I want to read up on this. And you'll be able to read Osho's interpretation of all of these cards and how they really relate to you. And there's so many messages inside of them. This book, I still learn new things every time I read it. And it's not even a thick book. So it has a lot of beautiful stuff in there. So send me a message just on Messenger, and I'll send you this picture.
Okay.
Okay.
More question.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of stuff.
Health stuff? Okay.
Health issues, and I, like, the doctor jumped. I mean, we are just scared, scared because my gut, for me, I always say my gut is never wrong, and I always listen to it, but I don't know if my emotions are affecting my gut feeling. So
yeah, so your external energy that you're, I'm going to give this one because it was here. And it's an important one, actually. You don't need that one. When our vibrations have been low for so long due to our emotional turmoil and the toxicity of our environment and our not knowing how to manage our energy, that's when we get sick. That's when disease comes in, because you've closed your energetic field. Your chakras have closed. And when your chakras have closed due to all of the external energy that, and remember, you're soaking up everyone's energy that's around you. So imagine what that does to your field. So not only are you soaking up external energy, but you have some toxic energy that's around you that's caused you to close. And your energy vibrations have been low for a little too long. So finding present moment awareness. So remember those words, present moment awareness. Eckhart Tolle teaches about it, but he can be a high level. He can be a lot for you to learn right off the bat. But when you master this vibrational field, healing exists in here. Sickness cannot dwell in here. It cannot dwell in here. But it will be up to you. It is on the yellow brick road between past and between future. There is a dimension. It's a timeless dimension between past and between future. And inside this timeless dimension, sickness will disappear. It will dissipate. Your body will heal. Everything will heal around you. But you have to find it. So I see some past stuff. There's some past stuff that it's happened that we keep going back to, and we keep reliving, and we keep reminding, we keep going through there. That past energy, when it comes in, tanks your energy. And that's when dis-ease comes into our bodies. So the past is what has happened, and the future right now with the sickness, you're worried, what is going to happen to me? And that fear tanks your energy, which lowers your vibrations, which allows sickness to grow. So we have a number of factors, but spiritual health will heal you. Yellow brick road in between past and future, timeless dimension, presence, power of now. That's where healing will take place. And it's worth finding. And I live in this dimension, but not many people can. I do my best to explain people how to get there. And I can give you all the words, but it's also wordless. So all of the words that I share can only take you so far. It's up to you to take that next step that gets you there. And that's going to be between you and the universe. And if you find it, the universe will heal you completely. But remember, right now, the sickness is your medicine. And I want you to remember that. I want you to think of it as medicine. What is this medicine trying to teach me? And remember that everything is sacred. Everything is sacred medicine. So instead of looking at it as negative or bad, or there's something wrong, or I'm going to be afraid, this is all feeding the energy, feeding the energy. I want you to remove the energy that no longer belongs to me. Remove the sickness that no longer belongs to me. Remove the past that no longer belongs to me. Remove the fear that no longer belongs to me. And this is where you will begin to shed off those onion layers, and underneath it is a beautiful, healthy, healed light worker. So you'll get there with the work. Okay.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I will send you a picture of this and start studying up. I would recommend to just get this book and start reading it for yourself right now and master it and study it, because inside of it lives this dimension. So if you can find it this way, and then once you finish this, there will be other things that will come your way to study.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Have a great night.
You're welcome. You have a great night too. Keep in touch, Amanda.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Angel. There you are. Hi, beautiful.
Hey, how are you?
Tell me how things are going. I know you're always working and you said you can't come on, and so now I see you, and tell me.
I finally got a chance to come on. Have a night off. Car broke down, so I couldn't make it into work tonight. So here I
Yay.
am.
I mean, sad, but yay. The car breaking down is your medicine, remember.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's reminding us that we trust the universe, and with the car breaking down, there's always a reason. There's always a reason. We don't understand the reason, but we're going to trust that the universe has your back and that the universe is always taking care of you. And there are things that we don't understand, other things that are happening that are above our pay grade, that are bigger than us. But if my car broke down, I know the universe needs my car to break down for some reason. Could be avoiding an accident. It could be someone at your work needs to meet someone, and the only way those two are going to meet was if your car broke down. Could be, I mean, this is really how it works. You know, could be you needed to be here to see me tonight, and you couldn't be here to see me tonight if your car hadn't broken down. We do not understand why these things happen, but we do have to trust the universe to take care of us and know that it's always got our back and never doing anything to hurt you.
Right.
Yep. All right. Well, do you want a reading?
Sure.
Sure. Is there anything else? I know you said some cool stuff is going on. I didn't know if you wanted to share or like maybe not.
I don't know.
You don't have to if you don't want to, my love. But if you want to, you can. All right. I'm going to pull this reading. Angel. Aww. You know, I love Source. I want you to know all of these cards are female cards, just so you know. They're pulling all female cards, not right, which is beautiful. Yeah. You're just throwing it out there. Like the soul is speaking to me and from the female perspective. So I love that. Okay, so there's some energy around you that is uncompromising. Not compromising. This is the way it is. This is my way. That's your way. And has to be this way. And I'm not willing to compromise. And I'm not willing to meet you halfway. And I'm maybe a little bit difficult about things. I don't know who that is, but I'm letting you know it's there. It's being pulled. You don't need to tell me. I'm going to take another sip of my water.
It's probably just me.
All right. Well, keep in mind that when we don't want to compromise in any way, we do find that our energy begins to stop flowing, will stop flowing. It becomes rigid and stuck and unmoving and stagnant. And we want to make sure that we're willing to let things go and that we're willing to meet people halfway and that we're not too stuck in morality of this is right and that is wrong and this is good and this is bad. So I see lack of compromise. I see an over excessive morality of a lot of judgment and a lot of rules here and a lot of lines and structure, and things must fit inside this box and they must be this way. And I also see an energy that is, I don't know if it's necessarily controlling, but burdensome. Like, I need you to do this and I need you to go there. And it feels like you're being ran around in circles over and over, and it's like excessive and it's overbearing, and it can be exhausting and tiring. So I don't know whether that's you sharing that information or someone sharing that information with you or that energy with you, but this is an energy that's in your field. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So see that person at the bottom is being run around, and you have a person up top going, go here, go there, do this. I don't care about your time. I need you to do this for me. It doesn't matter how you feel. This is what I need. And the person on top is in a beautiful condition, but the person underneath is being ran ragged and they're exhausted and tired. Okay.
That's probably me and my higher self.
Okay. All right. Well, keep that in mind. Now, okay. I also see that there's some isolation here too. Okay. So a little bit of isolation. Now, those are okay. I'm going to say one more card. A bit of a postponement. So kind of watching the world go by, watching the colors, watching everyone live, watching people experience things. But we're kind of postponing all of that, kind of like staying back, kind of not experiencing, kind of not exploring, kind of watching it all happen, but it's not really happening to us yet, you know, or right. We want it to happen, but it's not happening yet. So I just want you to keep in mind of these energies. So we're going to work on the compromising. We're going to work on not running ourselves ragged to the point of exhaustion. We're going to work on the morality, because remember, these old belief systems of right and wrong and good and bad, those got injected in you from the time you were a little baby, and who knows where they even came from. That's everyone else's opinions and everyone else's belief systems and everyone else's judgments got put into your field, and they came from eons of old archaic thought patterns and processes that they just don't belong to you, and they're not yours. And I don't want you to make a life out of them. I don't want you to live even around it where, you know, you're being kind of judged and persecuted, or you're doing the judging or persecuting. What, you know, however it is, that energy is not healthy to make a life out of it. And I want to let you know that your guides, they would like that relationship with you. So there is some beautiful compassion and beautiful unconditional love and beautiful intuition that's flowing through you. And they are asking for you to trust these messages and begin to listen to them. So trust the guidance, believe that it is there, believe that you're being communicated with, and trust the signs and the symbols and the doors as they come and as they open and they're coming through. You're going to have a lot of success in this area. And I also see that you are a practicing master here, have the ability to have a relationship like a practicing master where you reach spiritual enlightenment here on this earth in this particular life. What's so great is as you reach this spiritual enlightenment here on this earth in this lifetime, you don't have to do it again. It's like past go, you leveled up. So you're doing your soul a great justice for the next lifetime by managing it now, by removing some of this morality energy and the compromise and postponing of living. And, you know, you have the courage to do that. And again, I see that little bit of isolation, and that little bit of isolation is kind of blocking that master from walking, kind of blocking that master from being who she came here to be. Look what I also see. So that is a beautiful flowering woman who is at peace with herself, who just knows herself. She's comfortable with herself. She's accepted her dark. See her hair, her dark and her light is one. She's beautiful, right? And that's what I see for you, and she's coming. But we have to clean up a little bit. Look at this person. Morality. Look at the clouds. Look at the judgment. Look at the right or wrong. We don't want that. I don't know who that is, but we don't want it. Let it go. You know, move that out of your energetic field, wherever it's coming from. It may not come from you. It could be external people. It could be partners. It could be business. We don't know where it's coming. Could be you, though. Or if you have harsh judgments, you know, inside, I don't know where that energy is coming from, but find it.
Just towards myself.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're doing all this to yourself?
Pretty much.
You have an inner battle of light and dark. Because this, I see a choice. Look, here's your choices. You can be her watching, or you can be her living.
Mm-hmm.
Her or her.
Yeah.
You have a choice. Yeah. Yeah. And look at this one. Ready? Isolated or master? Master loves. The master loves. The master loves who you came here to be. The master knows that you are a masterpiece here on earth. You are a true gift. There is nothing wrong with you. There is no mistakes. There's not a glitch or a flaw in your absolutely perfect self. I promise you that. I want you to know that inside of your heart and soul, that there is absolutely nothing wrong with you at all. And I don't ever want you to feel that way at all, you know? And I know, truly. And you'll know this when you cross over and meet the universe. It's up to me to try to tell you this now and try to hear my truth and try to not make a life out of anything else than knowing how absolutely perfect you are. And the more you become you, the more you flower, the more you become who you were meant to be here on this earth, the more you heal for the rest of us. The more you pave the way for all of us, the more you set the example of what true peace and true beauty really looks like. You're paving the way. You're opening the pathways. You're an example for all of us on how to live and how to be authentically true to who we are. The amount of courage and strength inside of your soul is immeasurable. I'm proud of who you are.
Thank you. All I say is I'm trying. So that's about my gift, is trying.
That's all that we can ask that you do, is to keep trying. I'm trying too, every day. Me too, Angel, me too. Every day I try to peel back a layer. Every day I try, let's just try today. And some days are better than others, and we got to love that too. See her dark, see the black again? Sometimes she's going to have dark days, and it's okay. Sometimes she's going to have light days, and that's okay. We all have our valleys and our peaks, and our valleys are medicine and our peaks are medicine, because every time we go into a dark valley, we learn and we grow and we heal, and then we come and we feel amazing and we learn and grow and heal, but then we will go back down again. It's part of living here on this earth, is to master our peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Angel.
Thank you.
And I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad I made it tonight. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Angel. Hey, Z, do you want to come on? Yeah? Okay. Mwah. Okay, Z. But you know what? Elijah, are you still on here? Let me see.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you? How's everything over there?
Good. It's going beautifully well.
It's awesome. I'm over here now in Jacksonville, so we have a charter with like 7 yachts coming out on the weekend. So.
Oh, was that a ring I saw on your finger?
Oh, that was a ring my mom gave me.
I was like, "Are you engaged?"
No.
I was like, "No."
No. The guy that I was with, we kind of like just went our separate ways because it was just, he can't handle my job. So how's everything with you? How's the doggies?
everything is perfect, actually, because if I didn't even realize I could get into a closer relationship with the universe than I already did, but I got into an even closer relationship with the universe, which after I did the ayahuasca, did you hear my ayahuasca trip?
Yes.
So whereas I thought I knew the universe, which I did, but to see her in all of her true form and all of her glory, and to see the light language, and to see the universe breathe, and to feel the earth breathe, like the earth breathes like an organ.
Yeah, but remember I was telling you that last time. So I feel like now with the whole snow thing coming in and everything that's happening, Earth is literally telling us that we need to rejuvenate her again, because she's deforming. And we need to start, giving that gratitude back onto the earth. And people need to start saying in the morning, drink water the first thing in the morning to have clarity. When they step their foot onto the floor, to say thank you. Go outside and even say thank you for the trees and thank you for the birds. You know what I mean? I hear the birds in the morning tweet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, with the birds.
It's magical. Just to hear the birds tweet is such a magical sound. And I saw it light up a light grid during ayahuasca. It was a light language. And when the birds would say something, it would go bing, 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 bing. And I was like, I didn't know what I was looking at. I was like, what am I looking at? And I was like, who cares? Because whatever it is, it's amazing. And I heard like light language. It's a light language, which some people I would love to hear, because some people have studied light language. I know nothing about it.
Yeah. I have a friend, his name is Paul, and another friend named Chad, that they study that. And it's amazing, the things that they say that they experience and stuff like that. I mean, I've had different experiences from them. Like, I could be laying down in my bed and I could feel like somebody lay right next to me. And I know that there's nobody there, but it's like you can just feel the
energy and the spirits. Yeah. And I could see the spirits. Oh my God, it was so cool. I could see the spirits coming out of the people. Like,
yeah. Remember I told you the movie The Shack?
Yeah.
Did
The
you?
Shack. I probably need to watch it again. I've watched it. It's such a, you're going on a journey when you watch the movie.
Absolutely. And I've seen it already like 5 different times.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Every time I see it, I get a different revelation or a different point of view. And definitely, like, every time, like, because I'm guilty of it, and I think everybody is, if they're going to be honest with themselves. But I can be honest with myself. I judge. And I have to, like, literally go back into saying, wait, I can't judge because I have to have wisdom. And how do I get wisdom? Being humble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I try to catch that too. For me, I try to catch those expectations. I don't mean to, but I get those expectations. Like, even just expecting my daughter to go downstairs and get the food that the guy left at the front door. Right. She painted her fingernails. So I understand her fingernails were wet. So my little adult mommy judgmental expectation hat came on and was like, well, I bought the food. So you go get the food. Right.
Right.
And it's okay. I believe it's okay for me to set a boundary that I wanted her to do that I was like, well, I, bought the food and I would like you to go get the food. I can say that to her in a kind and loving way.
Right.
That's not like, well, why don't you go get what kind of kid are you?
Right.
Or what kind of person are you? You're not going to go get that food. That was an expectation. And when we set those expectations, and I've studied this, and someone doesn't meet my expectations, what is the punishment that Kristen doles out to them? Right. I've had to really monitor that, because I've caught myself, well, I'm not going to talk to that person then. That's it. silent treatment for them.
Right.
know?
So there's this book that I was reading, How to Build Manifesting Relationship and Conversations. And it's funny because like I do that. So like if I know a second stew, she knows what she's doing, then I'll just tell her like brief in the morning, this is what I need you to do, this is what I need you to do, and she already knows. But then if I have like a third stew or a new stew that came into the industry, I know I have to sit back and give it to her like baby steps
Mm-hmm.
so that my communication and my deliverance of message is correctly, because not everybody is going to learn the way I do.
Right.
And not everybody's going to learn in a fast pace. Not everybody's going to learn in a slow pace. So if you have to divide both groups, then you do that. And I think that the book is really helping me also to understand these type of communication skills that I think that we've lost throughout the years.
Yeah.
You know,
I have to work on my communication skills as well. I learned my voice was blocked. So I have also a bit of an undeveloped communication skill, I can tell. And I want to choose my words wisely. And I
correct.
don't want to speak so loosely where the
Right.
thoughts are fully formed. I have this thought roaming around, and then just I spew out maybe nonsense that comes off either harsh or, so.
Right. So like a lot of people that know me, they're like, okay, Z's like a really hyper person. She just comes out and says whatever she says and but that's not her intention. She's really good heart and she's sweet and humble. But then when people so when I see that when a person can't handle that, I have to reflect on me and how I'm trying to deliver the message to them, because not everybody is going to perceive your communication to them correctly. So some of them will think like, "Oh, you're rude," and I was like, "I'm not rude. What are you talking about?"
I think that too. There was a woman in my ceremony. Actually, she was an owner, and she walked right up to me and she said, "Do you want some honey?" And I just looked up at her and I said, why would I want honey? I didn't mean to be rude when I said it to her. It was really just, I didn't understand. I thought maybe you needed honey to take ayahuasca and racers, I didn't know. And she was like, this is my honey. I made this honey and I'm offering it to you to buy it. But she acted so offended. And I thought maybe it must have came out harsh where I was like, why do I want your honey, lady? I didn't mean for it to come off like that at all.
Right. So I'm definitely going to send you this book or the Audible, because it is so amazing. And it's literally making me reflect, because sometimes I can come out aggressive and assertive.
Yeah.
And I'm only like this little 5 feet person. And I'm like, and everybody's like, this girl, she drives me insane. But then it's funny because somebody else can handle that energy.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's just how you're going to perceive your energy, because not everyone can take it. So you have to, and I think if humans itself were to do that around everybody would be different. And no one would be so judgmental.
I love that. Yeah. And that judgment is what makes us feel separate.
Correct.
The judgment and also gossip. I'm going to mention again, no more gossiping, y'all.
Yep.
Stop gossiping right now, because when we gossip, we pull our energy down, we pull the energy of those around us, we create a lower vibrational field, we send that lower vibrational field right at the person, and then when the person comes around, we're all like,
yeah. Well, the Bible does say that the smallest vessel in our body is our tongue, but it's the deadliest one.
Really?
So
I love it.
Even though we don't have a bone in our tongue, but it does so many damages to break people.
So many. It's true. It truly does. So I want to mention a couple things. So I do see that you are having some intensity, like a lot of movements, like things are happening. You are going places. They're asking you to trust this process because you're going to be sharing all the gifts that you have to share, which is beautiful. Having said that, there's a little bit of energy that is kind of burdensome. So it's weighing on you a little bit. It's kind of, and it could be you're doing this to yourself, which, because I think Angel said she was doing this to herself. But for me, I relate to this card where I have someone in my life particularly that's kind of like, you have to do this and you have to go this and you have to do this and this, all these things have to happen. But then it makes me very, very tired because I just can't keep up with all of these things. So I don't know where that's coming from, but it did pull in your field. We also pulled a little bit of, you're this amazing light worker and healer, and you have so much to share and so many gifts, but you're feeling a little constrained by external circumstances. Like, I'm not able to make those moves because this and this, or I'm not able to do certain things because of this and this and this. So we just want you to remember that whatever this and this, whatever you think is in your way is not. The door is completely open, and whatever you think is in your way is an illusion, complete illusion.
Well, that's the thing. So I got a job offer for a full-time job with an actor, a celebrity, and he's been like haunting me for like 3 months for me to go work for him full-time. But I don't want to give up that commitment, or I don't want to give into that commitment, because then it's giving up my freedom. But he's willing to work with me on a lot of things. Like, he'll tell me, okay, so work at the house 2 days and work on the boat for 2 days. But it's like I told him, the thing is that if I accept this offer, eventually I'll become your personal assistant at home. And that's what I'm trying to stay away from, because I've been offered that same job 3 different times, and for really good money. I mean, people would be like $10,000 a month. Are you insane? Like, they would jump on it. But it's not even about money for me. It's about my freedom. And it's just so funny because I had an owner that called me, and her name is on the boat. And she don't even own that boat, but that boat has her name. And then another girl called me, and we were at the restaurant, and the little girl's name was the name of that boat.
All right. So see, that's the thing that I'm kind of seeing. I don't want to make any decisions for you at all, but I do see, like, so when the intensity card pulls up, it pulls up that things are about to start moving very fast. And intensity means things are changing. And it's going to be like fast. And then the next thing is trust. It's asking for complete trust here.
Right, because I keep asking God, is this from you? Is this not from you? Is this something that is coming from you? Is this where you're trying to take me? If this is the case, show me signs, do something. And then those 2 other girls' names was the name of the boat.
I don't know how you
And then I come and I said to him, one more thing, give me another sign. And I was like, that's me being selfish, you know what I mean?
It might be.
But that was like, when they said to the story of the guy asked God for a boat, and the God sent him a boat, but it wasn't a boat big enough, and then he sent him another boat, and it wasn't the
like, save me. He sent him a boat, he sent him a helicopter. He's like, no, I'm good. God's gonna save me. God's like, I sent you a boat, I sent you a raft, I sent you a helicopter. Yeah.
So that's what I feel. I feel like those are my 3 signs, and maybe it's meant for me to go and do this. Like, I already know him, and I know his family, and working with him is really great because he like sits down with us and he talks to us. And of course, I know my boundaries because I know that I'm an employee, but at the same time, he is not pretentious. And even though he's a big celebrity, he's super humble.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. I mean, his guest, when he has like a party at the house or a party on the boat, when he calls everybody to come over, the first thing they ask him, oh, is D gonna be there?
So, I mean, this might be a good environment for you right now. Might be down the Celebrate Road.
So I have even the guests, when the guests see me, they're like, you're here, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here. You know, it's so funny. And then like the best friend will walk in. She's like, "Look who's here, Sasha Fierce." I was like, "I'm not Sasha. I'm Z."
Aww. I mean, I think you might be something worth going for. I don't know about your 3 signs. You might be able to ask for one more, but you might be able. But I don't know. Names, 2 Annabelle names. That's intense.
Yeah. So I know that it's once I get back from this trip, then I will sit down with the owner and talk to him and tell him this is what I want and this is how I want it, and see if it works out for him and it works for me. And
Yeah.
if it does, then I guess my new zip code is gonna be 33130.
And where is that at?
Miami Beach Marina.
Okay, so it'll be in Miami.
Yeah. So I won't be in Fort Lauderdale anymore. Then I'll go to Miami Beach Marina because then I'll be jumping from the penthouse to the boat and back and forth.
Well, you know what? You are a master. You have your guides are talking to you. So the guidance is there. You're just letting me know. Tell her to trust. Tell her to trust.
Yeah. That's
All
what
right,
it keeps telling me to.
I'm hearing a little bit of an echo now. And then you're around, so we should get together sometime. I was just
For
thinking,
sure.
yeah, I'm gonna throw
For
a little
sure.
something with some of the girls. You would love it.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday and I leave Jacksonville and I drive back down there. So absolutely, we could do something on Thursday or Friday. I'm on the other boat. So
Send me the book and then send me the book on conversations and then we can talk and I'll figure out when you're available. I'll talk to the girls and maybe we can do something. We'll all just
absolutely, I would love that.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. Special, thank you. Bye.
All right, y'all. So let's see. I don't think Elijah is still on here. Elijah, I don't think you're still on here. I know that you had kind of asked me this last week. Okay, since you're probably not on here, I want to let you know, Elijah, that next week when you come on, because you've been on 2 weeks in a row, I promise you'll be the first person I read next week, okay? If you come on. And someone gave me this amazing idea about starting a One Tribe Facebook group. So I'm actually going to do that, and I'm super excited about that. I don't know how to work all the, technology in Facebook, and it seems pretty easy. So I'll start a One Tribe group where we can all go and support ourselves and tell each other who we are and, come up and just meet up and come up with some retreats and meetings and gatherings. All right, my loves, it has been a lovely Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. Remember, everything is sacred and everything is medicine. So remember the medicine, okay? Remember, even when you think something is going wrong, it's the medicine. It's medicine. So the bird cage fell over again. Last week it fell over again. So there's food everywhere. There's water everywhere. That is medicine for me too. What is this trying to teach me? Patience, forgiveness, love, acceptance, non-expectations. So it's medicine and it's sacred. That there's a beautiful floor that it's fallen on with beautiful tile. There's a fan blowing. There's lights on. This is all sacred. So sacred medicine. And the ceremony must continue. So that's what Jesus Hidalgo let me know. And if any of you want any information, he's in Miami. He does ceremonies here. So the ceremony must continue, meaning that every day, even offline, in the bathroom, interacting with your partner, interacting at work, and driving, the ceremony must continue. So we're going to keep ourselves light, do our meditations, keep up on our practices. Okay, much love. One Tribe. Love you. Bye. All right, let's see what I can do here. I'll say goodbye this way.